Happy healing. This is going to be another pick a card message for angel guidance. This is going to be some revelations, okay? We are tapping into angelic energy for your highest good around kind of the revelations, what you are needing to know at this time that can assist you exactly where you are. So allow this angelic energy to meet you. All right. Any of the channel songs will be listed below, as well as the timestamps. Um, and my website will be listed where you can book private readings also. Happy healing. Let's get into it. If you chose this group, all right, for the angel guidance revelations, all right, this is going to be your message for this halo. Any of my information will be listed in the description box below. All right. So for this group, I got two different things. I was kind of seeing a ball of orange light, but as well as kind of like violet flame energy. So I will say this. I'm always getting kind of like with this ball of orange, kind of like maybe Mars energy. And when I say that, like fiery energy, Aries, Scorpio. But I feel kind of this message coming through of like pursuing your passions, but also releasing anger. The anger could be around delay, or the anger could be regarding having to reroute, all right? And I also was seeing the violet flame, which is all about transmutation of lower energies as well as forgiveness in order to do so, all right? And I was seeing 444. I will also say, like, I feel like a huge, like, illumination with this group, maybe like ascension symptoms, because I was getting like back pain, maybe even like, I don't want to say ear pain, but like maybe feeling like water or something is kind of in the ears. So I was brought to kind of like the book of Jacob for this group was kind of referenced. So um, if you think about the story of Jacob in the Bible, he had a twin, Esau. Um, so with the story of Jacob, of course, with the conflict with Esau, trying to pretty much take his blessings, and then Jacob kind of wrestled with God. But Jacob was kind of very deceptive. But even in all of his kind of like deception, um, and trying to steal his brother's firstborn, he still somehow was redeemed. Um, and later changed his name. So I feel like what's really significant, and this is in Egypt, of course, but what's significant about this story, I feel like that was very interesting was that even with this twin energy, so this could be twin flame energy, but I also like to think like mirroring of oneself as well. The battle within oneself for maybe the fight against like lower darkness of emotions, um, and like higher emotions. And even when it comes to like operating the way that you're operating, right? In whatever you're doing, when we talk about ascension, there could be room for like growth and truth. Like it's time to maybe expand in the space that you're in, because it could be deceptive to others because it's no longer the truth of what you know. Um, but even if it's outside of you, and this is kind of like mirroring energy, or what one would call twin energy, um, even if you don't subscribe to that, right? Everything is just energy. Um, Labels, they don't really matter. But the fact of the matter is, if there has been conflict with you and someone who you felt, because I feel this sense of like betrayal. And this could be of oneself or outside of self, But if there has been conflict with someone outside of yourself who you felt you were very close with, right? Very similar, mirroring each other, really close. And there was deception, whether or not you are Jacob in this story or they are. But deceptive, there could be this energy of reconciliation, even if it's not happened or this could have happened recently. And again, this could be with some romantic, this could actually be a brother in some way. But wherever there was like conflict, in discord, there needs to be some mending, forgiveness, and transmutation of that energy. So when we talk about like changing your name, it's like reclaiming who you are. So you are given something when you come into this world, but it's you being able to claim your own name and who you are at this time based upon your own truth. So this is kind of a message from the angels saying that like this is a time of truth for you. All right. Time of truth. So I will say I did get a message strongly of redemption. Um, and I was also seeing 222. I was getting kind of muscle weakness with this group. So I don't know if you've been having aches and pains or you have been kind of like um, body tired, like body wise. But I feel spirit is saying like this is energy flowing through you. I'm even getting like maybe random like hot flashes occurring for you as well. You guys could have been feeling like your hands are tied. Definitely, I feel like for you guys, spirit is in some way, shape, or form, fashion called you to like study, learn something new, tap deeper into yourself. There could be a choice you're having to make about taking a new direction, and it may not be something you want to do because maybe you've already put work in or like in the direction that you were going, and maybe you're having to like now turn and go a different way. So there could be mental conflict, but spirit is saying like, or there could just be like you're not really sure of how to do it, and so there could be mental conflict around I can't figure this out. So the spirit is saying like you have to be careful because even if you're Esau in this situation, there could be energy of Jacob around you, right? If you've not experienced it already, where there is like shark energy around you, almost wanting to take your blessings, right? So it's you needing to honor your truth and not where you are, but exactly who you are. In the story, Esau traded his blessings for like hunger, right? So Spirit is saying, don't let the hunger that you have make you give your blessings away. Ooh, that's a good message. Don't let the hunger that you have make you give your blessings away. Stay the course. Don't look for someone to save you because you already have the ability. Your blessings are already in store for you. You just have to get there. Just have to get there. Um, Elephants could be significant as well for this group, but you're getting this message of visions awakening with you, within you. So this is like where your hands were previously tied. Um, they are being untied, right? This was a sense of where you're not being punished. You were just literally being refined, but things are meant to come back together, but only in truth. All right. But that's the message. Sending you so much love, light, peace, and positivity. All right. Happy healing. Group two, if you chose the angel wings, we are going to get into your message. All right. This message is going to be about angel guidance, revelations that were bestowed upon me that I will be sharing with you. Messages from the angels. Okay. If you could just breathe with me, I feel like for this group, you definitely need to breathe. Okay. So the guidance that I was getting when it came to come to this group, first of all, was kind of this kind of energy of like the fox. Um, I was seeing like a fox for you guys. And, with the fox is kind of very clever, but also very like cunning. Like, could be depicted as like trickster energy. And I was kind of seeing like the woods. So for some of you with this energy, I feel this also could be paralleling over to your dreams. Your dreams might be a little bit tough right now. There could be kind of like you could be having like not so pleasant dreams, tough sleeping, and maybe even feeling like you're dealing with some type of trickster energy. Because I was seeing like vinegar, right? And we know like vinegar is always like for me, I see it or it shows up because of spiritual cleansing. So this is automatically telling me that angels are telling you there's a sense of like cleansing that you are needing for yourself, that sense of like purification, right? A part of this, of course, is still like protection, but uh, where I was being directed to was that this is coming by from a sense of bitterness, okay, like a sour taste in your mouth. And I definitely feel like in this season, you could be trying to say like I'm trying to be positive, I'm trying to do what I have to do, but spirit is saying like this. The message that I was getting was that like you can't you can put on a coat, but you can't change what's under it. So the angels were saying that like there you could be in a space where there was shocking news in some type of maybe relationship that you're engaged with. Um, Even if this was like a work situation, but in a situation where you were dedicated to, right? And where you could have felt that there was more dedication to you, because I was seeing like lightning, right? So this is like something coming in shocking that could have been like, wow, you didn't expect that. But Spirit is saying, like, at this time, like, it's really, I feel like about releasing your ex, even if it's not your ex, releasing your past. Because Spirit is saying, like, you could really struggle with a lot of peer pressure. And I don't know, there may be a sense of like you not responding to someone or someone not responding to you. However, this energy is still like with you. Because I was getting this energy of like radio silence, right? But the energy is still with you. So that is kind of the issue. Is you're still holding on to like this darkness. So with this spirit is saying it's almost kind of like shutting you down. Like a TV that's like going out or something, like one of those old TVs. Trying to move the antennas around. Um, but I get this energy of needing to get this energy out of you, because what will also happen is this stuff will start to manifest into like illness, right? The bitterness, resentment, it'll start to manifest, even if you're trying to stay positive. So, and it can also block kind of like your heart, but also your sacral chakra energy. And this is where you might see like impact of you like staying in your flow, right? Feeling your flow, feeling down, wanting to kind of manifest, but feeling blocked. Because fear was showing me like gates, but the gates being closed. So even in that, I feel like there could be a sense of like embarrassment, shame, or judgment. Because when we think about like even the gates, right, of heaven, it's like judging. So I feel like there could even be judgment of yourself, of this person. I am getting this energy of maybe like siblings, a sister, also. And then I do get like more of a confident energy from like a grandfather. Maybe that energy may be relevant. So I was seeing, yeah, like that grandfather energy. Um, Also, I was seeing like a dragonfly. I will say this: dragonflies represent transformation. So opportunity for transformation is here. You are being directed to like for you guys to eat more fruit. And when I say that, there could be like blockages with like you being able to like move your bowels. Because I'm really heavy getting like fiber. I do feel like for this group as well, maybe you try to fall in the background and that's been the thing that you have been doing. But I see this energy of like being pushed to leadership, like into the teacher role. Spirit kind of like pushing you to think for yourself. And like, there's this Cleo song, and she's like, go, baby, go, baby, go, baby. So I feel like this is that energy of like, go, baby. And this could even be from this grandfather energy too, as well. Angels are around because I was getting sugarcane as well. So I don't know what grandfather energy. Sugarcane is all about kind of like wealth abundance, but also like resilience. And a lot of times you see like older people with sugarcane too. So you guys could have like um, a grandfather ancestor that's like, I feel like the ones I know of that like have that as like southern states or Asian, Caribbean, or like African. So that could be significant for you as well. I was seeing 1010 signifying. Um, I was seeing 1010. That could be coming up in October as well. I was seeing state. So that is for somebody. But I was getting Star Trek. Tony Stark too is Iron Man as well. And then I had this huge like burp, right? When I was channeling the angels for this group, which is signifying so much of an energy release needing to occur for sure. I was brought to the story Sarah um, in the Bible. And so if you know the story of Sarah, Sarah was like older. Sarah didn't think she would be able to have a child, right? I feel like, I don't know, she was very old. I think she was like 90. Um, so some of you guys could be feeling like, oh my gosh, are you going to have your opportunity? I feel like maybe in happiness or to have the family, the type of family you like, or for some desire to come to. But so Sarah was like 90, right? And then she gets visited by three angels, well, three men, two presumed to be angels, one presumed to be God. So even that is like significant, like three could be significant for you guys. But the presence of God and two angels, and letting her know, like, she will be able to have a child, almost prophesying. And she, sure enough, was able to have a child, Isaac, um, within a year. So even with that, I feel like prophesying could be something the angels are calling for you to do. And also significant that message of like within a year. Because I was getting a turtle, so I feel like for you guys, things could be moving super slow. And there's this kind of sense of you needing to practice patience, right? I feel like divine intervention occurred and you might have not been too happy about it. And you could be resisting that space, whether it's intentional or unintentional. And so, Spirit is saying, like, it's time for you to do the inner work, right? It's to get out of this energy of loss, whether it's a home, job, or person. It's getting out of that energy, and it's time to persevere, right? It's time for you to know that the vision that you had of what you're supposed to um, have in this life um, sometimes does not happen in your timing, but um, in the timing in which you are aligned. So things don't happen by accident. Um, but yeah, that's what I'm seeing. Sending you so much love and light. All right, let's get into it. Group three. If you chose the feather, all right, this is going to be your angel guidance, your revelations, all right. So we are just going to go ahead and dive into it. and get the messages and kind of the angel energy here. I will say the number 36 is sticking out. So you could be 36, that age could be significant. Or I was getting 3 years, right? 12, 12, and 12. For this group, I definitely got this energy of like sadness within my heart. Um, so I got the song kind of like Dance with My Father Again. So for this group, I feel like either your father or the person that like male in your life, significant male, may not that like had a hand in raising you, um, may have transitioned, um, or this could be lack of connection, being able to connect to a father. But yeah, moving on along, um, I was getting this sense of like um, you guys have like this heavy star energy. And I mean like in every way possible. I was seeing so many stars, as in like you guys are meant to angel messages like um be bold, because there was this like bold golden like light with you guys. Like you're meant to shine bright. But you also could feel connected to astrology. Because what spirit was giving me was that you have a big presence, and you're able to feel the energy all around you, um, for sure. Um, I will say, like, Spirit is saying, I feel like the angels kind of bring you a revelation of kind of like hope. And when I say that, I feel like maybe you're considered like a perfectionist, right? I think for this group, you probably have like your life plan, your whole puzzle, like how it needs to go, what it needs to look like. And, okay. But you could be gripping that tight. Because I just feel like, maybe for this group, like, oh, like you already like ready to be at retirement. And this doesn't even mean that you're older. This just means like you're like, maybe over it, or in a sense of like wanting to completely shift and do something completely um, new, something completely different. I will say I got this message for Spirit was saying, um, like, time's up. Like, time's up. Like, it's time to go. You have this energy of like, it's time to leave in order for you to breathe, right? It's time for you to leave in order for you to breathe. And, I honestly feel like this is like a literal move for you guys. Even if it's not a move, it may be like a vacation or break, because the angel message was given like there's an immense need for more stillness. And for some reason, I feel like maybe you guys are on a timer, or even in your mind is like on a timer of I have to make it happen. And Spirit is saying like you need to feel more connected with yourself. I even feel like you guys could be maybe doing a little bit of like past life healing. Um, I also feel this energy, even when talking about like father and family and things like this, like maybe you're trying to shift maybe some karmic cycle in your family. Some of you could have a birthday coming up, or you could be like, if it's not like coming up right away, or you could be like, have been thinking about maybe your birthday when it's coming up, or like planning something from your birthday as well. Um, but I do feel like maybe there's this energy of this group, like around your family, you being the one that's like trying to live differently, do something differently, or even maybe to your friends. It's like you can be like a completely like unique individual. And this is sense of like maybe you shrink your voice down, or like avoid, because maybe people don't accept what you have to say, or people have something to say about what you know, or what you want to do, or what you plan on doing. Um, so I see kind of Spirit is saying like you may have been taking moments to kind of step back and try to unplug and pray, but I feel even in that time, like It's kind of like waiting on the answers, but you already have them. It's time to go. Um, it's time to go because it's time to um, focus more on yourself and your well being. Okay, I'm hearing like don't hit them back, hit the gym, right? So this isn't you like proving somebody else wrong. This is literally though you being who you're supposed to be, right? The star. So Spirit is saying there you have this like angel message of strong hope, wanting you to get consistent. So you guys could definitely struggle with inconsistency, maybe overthinking, more things up in your head. Going out in the rain could be significant for this group as well. But I was seeing this like 30 days. So I don't know what changes or movements you're needing to make, but I definitely was getting 30 days for you. 30 days. I see this energy as well. I was hearing this song. It's called Ain't Gonna Let Nobody Turn Me Round. And it's like, ain't gonna let nobody turn me around, turn me around, turn me around. So I feel like there's this sense of like you're hopeful, maybe not so trusting, right? Maybe lacking in faith. Um, but I see like Spirit is saying like for you, you could be like, well, I've already taken a leap, because you maybe jumped outside of the box and did a little bit um, differently, but it's like you don't trust where you are. You jumped a little bit, but it's like you still are not sure about like where you are and what you are doing. And Spirit is saying that's because you are not at peace. So yes, you have disconnected, or attempting to disconnect from the past, but you've kind of not plugged into the new yet. And in order to do so, you have to get still to release the past energy to flow into the new energy. So I'm seeing this feel at peace in your heart and in your mind because Spirit is giving you like a warm hug. And I was getting an angel message for you of like, this is your time and answered prayers. So this could be something that you were literally like praying on or praying about recently. And I am seeing candles also. But I was getting it's like the book of Isaiah, like Isaiah, right, in the Bible. So like in like the Bible, like with Isaiah, kind of he saw like God on his throne that was surrounded by angels. So seraphim angels could be significant for you as well to look up. But there was this kind of because of like God's light, the energy, the sense of um, maybe not feeling deserving, maybe not feeling worthy. And so Spirit is saying like you are failing to see the power of your own light, the strength of your own light. Um, so you're almost like shrinking yourself when you encounter light outside of you. So this is kind of like worthiness, right? Worthiness. And even with Isaiah, it's like Isaiah was trying to like put people on, like tell people what was happening, what was going on, like prophesy to people, and they weren't paying any attention to Isaiah. So I feel like even in that, you have a message from the angels of like, not everybody will listen, right? But that doesn't mean that you should not speak. So you could do this thing where you kind of just try to like block out everyone, but Spirit is saying like your true peace is in truth. When you could struggle with like limiting beliefs, intrusive thoughts a lot, and Spirit is saying like maybe you're looking for like motivation or like if I work it out, if I do enough, I will feel differently. And this is probably where you hit burnout and then feel like nothing has changed. So Spirit is saying because you still believe it. So what needs to change is when these thoughts come out, or come on, tell yourself the truth. It doesn't really require you necessarily doing the new thing to get rid of the old thing, but you do have to realize that the old thing wasn't a true thing. All right? But that is what I'm seeing. Sending you so much love, light, peace, and positivity. Happy healing. Let's go ahead and get into it. Group 3. All right. So, this is going to be your message if you chose the trumpet. All right. And this is angel guidance and revelations for you. Um, so, I was getting for this group a need to have gratitude. Okay, so that was the first thing that was coming out, a need for gratitude. And we're going to dive a little bit more into these angel messages. Um, so I was getting, and even with the trumpet, I will say that, Archangel Gabriel, messenger of God, when he comes like to deliver some important news. Um, so, like even with his trumpet, when his trumpet sound, it's like warning the people, right? Noting that when the trumpet sounds, it's signifying to you. So it's a need for you to listen during this time, okay? Um, so yeah, um, let's get into it. The number 7 could be significant for you as well, or July, which is when I'm recording this video. I am seeing 811 also. But yeah, so major judgments for this group. As far as this could be you making major, a time of major shifting, okay? And this is like spiritual, definitely like breakthrough energy that is happening for this pal. Okay, so your feet could be significant as well. I feel like for one, you need to put your feet on the ground, but also you could be having like something going on with your feet. I'm hearing like financial insecurity, so there could be something like you could be feeling in lack right now. Um, Angel message that was coming through definitely was like needing to find better balance, right? Needing to find better balance. Why? Even with the feet, that tells you that there's like um, a need to get grounded. So for you guys, there could have been like something that has occurred, right? Maybe a judgment, whether you made it or not, that caused things to like shake a little bit, maybe changing. And it's like a person who's used to like maybe who's been coloring this one page for so long, right? And they're trying so hard to finish it, but like um times like like it's time to turn. While I'm saying time, I feel like you guys may have been drawn to another pal. If so, um please go and check that message out as well, because there might be some gems in there for you. But back to it. So Spirit is saying like you have this definitely like butterfly energy transformation kind of energy, but you also Spirit is saying like could be having struggles like focusing on your work, like paying attention on your work, in a sense where you're literally like focusing. Um, I was kind of hearing this like Matilda song that on the line. Um, but anyway, the song for Matilda. So I was seeing like Matilda. So I feel like Spirit is saying like you're like a person who has everything they need. It's just you using it. Um, and sometimes it may be hard for you to see. So I was seeing the Spirit is trying to call you and draw you near to some book to read, and then maybe you don't really like have the time to read, but I feel like Spirit could be trying to like show you something, or there could be time spent like in a library. Um, but there is something like Spirit is trying to get you abreast upon like now to help you like lock in with yourself. Um, because I'm seeing like this energy of like time after time, like, something doesn't work or something doesn't go through. And so now it's like a time to reclaim, like, whatever, like it's time for you to reclaim. You know what this was kind of bringing me to? like Cain and Abel. But like I was really getting like the energy of like Abel, right? So like in the Bible, in the story of Cain and Abel, Cain was Abel's brother, right? And so like they both were giving offerings to God. God accepted Cain. I'm sorry, Abel's, not Cain's. Cain was jealous and ended up killing his own brother, Abel, right? And so um, there was judgment passed down to Cain because of it. Um, so I feel like, even in that sense, like Spirit is saying, like, you could be the Abel in your story, right? The one that seems to like give selflessly, right? Give the best of what they have, and you could be surrounded by a lot of like jealousy, or have been. And so there could be a sense of like you trying to like recover or maybe reclaim things that you feel like you lost out on, whether it was like um, just movement or being in a different place in your life, or even in essence, just time. And I see Spirit is saying, like, it is never too late for you to invest into your healing in a more sustainable way, and have a little bit of freedom, a little bit of relaxation to like let yourself like color outside of the lines. And Spirit was kind of showing me like a bull. Taurus season could be significant, which is like what, April and May, or Taurus energy could be significant. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Also, I was getting like Scorpio energy. You know what it is? Spirit is saying maybe you have too much on your mind. Maybe you have like way too many options. And then maybe you feel these people lurking, because I was kind of seeing like a black cat, like just on the sidelines. So maybe you like are worried about what maybe other people are capable of doing to you, towards you. Um, so you could even be struggling sleeping because you could be kind of unsettled. So you might either like struggle sleeping or going down to sleep, taking naps. But I'm seeing someone walk into a spider web, right? So to me, it is kind of feeling like someone that thinks like they may be like experiencing like maybe spiritual warfare, or someone sending them like negative energy. And I see Spirit is saying kind of like stop it now. You have this, you're really being called for you to spend more time alone, so that you come to a space of acceptance, right? Because I'm getting like you are definitely supposed to be, maybe in some way or shape or form, like into like content creation. I will say that. The Spirit is saying like the resources you're seeking are available to you, but you are not. So there's this other song like India RE, like Get It Together. You got to heal your body. And I feel like, for this group, you may have like a struggle or fight with like food, um, as well, no matter what end you're on. But there may be an issue of like food, um, maybe overeating, undereating, um, really eating the wrong things. So Spirit is saying these things need to change, and this is what this um, angel energy is. And I was also getting the show like Martin, because I feel like a lot of things you're supposed to see require you to be lighter. You could have the ability of like dream recall. The Spirit is saying like, and these angels, message of the angels is saying like, you cannot be deceived, and you have to understand what your value and worth is. I was getting like you are way sure to others, but you have to know. And you can't allow people to guilt you to stay in a place or space that you've already brought to an end. All right? But that's what I'm seeing. Sending you so much love, light, peace, and positivity.